Many wars and 4 campuses ago, our forefathers brought forth in this city a new high school. The first plans for a high school district in Montebello started on December 19, 1908, with the minutes of the Montebello El Carmel Improvement Association records discussions on the subject. On February 2, 1909, a petition signed by a majority of the heads of families residing in Montebello School District and by a majority of the Board of Trustees of the Montebello Unified School District was filed with the County Superintendent of Schools. On September 9, 1909, the first 16 students of Montebello High School entered 2 large rooms at the old Washington Elementary School. In September 1910, the new Montebello High School building at the corner of Whittier and Montebello Boulevards was opened and was planned to accommodate 200 students. The first principal, Mr. Alton Brooks, and a staff of 3 teachers and 30 students began the new school year. In October 1910, the first ASB organization was established under ASB President Arthur Smith, and in June 1911, 3 students of the first graduation class received their diplomas. The first yearbook, the Libro Bello, and the first newspaper, the Reporter, were published in 1913. The class of 1913 was the first to complete the 4-year course at Montebello High School, with 7 graduates. The tennis team won the State Normal School, now known as UCLA, for their first tennis championship. Montebello's first football team was organized in 1921, and the team emerged as the Valley League champions with a record of 5-0. Also in 1921, the boys basketball team netted the Valley League championship and then went on to win the state championship. In 1922, bonds were approved by the voters for a new high school in September 1922. In January 1922, the M Club was organized and uniform dress adopted by the girls. On December 11, 1923, the cornerstone for a new high school was laid at the corner of Maple and Whittier. In 1924, the school colors were changed from purple and white to their present blue and gold, and the school motto, Honor, Knowledge, and Self-Reliance, was adopted. And in September 1925, the new high school opened its doors for the first time. In 1935, the boys cross-country team captured the Southern California Championship, as well as the San Gabriel Valley League Championship. From 1936 to 1937, Oiler teams won a total of 11 out of a possible 13 championships. The 1937 tennis team won the CIF Championship, and the team members captured both the singles and doubles championship. The singles championship was captured by Tennis Hall of Fame member Jack Kramer, and the doubles title was captured by Elson Stoggard and George Richards. In that same year, the cross-country team won its 10th consecutive championship. In 1939, Dr. Bruce Merrifield graduated from Montebello High School and went on to win the Nobel Prize for his work in chemistry in 1984. From 1942 to 1944, Mr. Burton P. Hall, Mrs. Evelyn Barnes, and Mr. Park C. Oliver served as principals. School opened in September of 1947 on the present Cleveland and Wilcox site. New shops, science, and homemaking buildings were built. In 1948 and 1949, a new gym was added for home basketball games, assemblies, and extended physical education programs. While Mr. Charles B. Kemp was principal in 1950 and 51, a new auditorium was built. For the first time in several years, students could enjoy musical and dramatic productions from a well-equipped stage. Mr. Keith Woods became principal in 1951, and a new building containing 32 classrooms and a library was completed. In September 1952, Mr. Robert Heeman became principal. In 1954, The Golden Key was first published. In 1955, under the coaching of Ralph Keegan, the MHS baseball team won the CIF championship, and Dale Ziegler, southpaw pitcher, was named the CIF MVP. In 1956, the basketball team under the direction of Ray Hooper lost to Long Beach Poly in the CIF finals, and Jerry Pym was selected as the CIF MVP. In 1959, there were 110 faculty members and 2,400 students. Today, Montebello High School has 120 faculty members and 3,400 students. In 1963, Steve Simonian graduates from Montebello High School. In 1964, Edward James Olmos graduates from Montebello High School and goes on to become a renowned theater, film, and television star. In 1965, the boys' golf team took the CIF championship and set a new record for the lowest score. Senior Park is dedicated in 1968. In 1970, MHS's enrollment reached 3,540, and the graduating class had 989 graduates. In 1971, after the Sylmar earthquake, the old campus on the Maple Whittier site was torn down. In 1973, Howard Rupert becomes principal. The new football stadium is dedicated to Robert Heeman, MHS principal for 21 years. In 1977, the boys' soccer team wins the CIF championship under the direction of Coach Ed Saldivar, defeating Riverside Poly 5-2, and Ralph Petrosian was named the CIF Player of the Year. In 1977, Ken Benton becomes principal. In 1978, the boys' cross-country team wins the CIF championship under the direction of Coach Roy Nielsen. In 1982, the boys' cross-country teams wins its second CIF championship. In 1985, Rod Todd becomes principal. 1987 to 1989, Reina Cervantes wins 3 consecutive CIF Southern Section cross-country titles. In 1989, Reina Cervantes wins the California State Championship in the 3200. In 1996, 1972 graduate of MHS, Jeff Schwartz, becomes principal. In 1956, a pool was added, and water polo and swimming teams were formed. In 2003 and 2004, the boys' water polo team wins back-to-back CIF championships under the direction of Coach Sergio Macias. In 2006, the boys' water polo team wins its 3rd CIF championship. In 2006-2007, the girls' water polo team finished 2nd in CIF, losing to Newport Harbor and Foothill. In 2007, 2 new state-of-the-art buildings were added, and the baseball field and football field were rebuilt. The softball field was renamed the Robert Capps Memorial Softball Field in honor of the 1950 MHS graduate and longtime MUSD employee, Robert Capps. In 2008, the MHS boys water polo team wins another CIF championship. Girls water polo finishes 2nd to Laguna Beach in the CIF finals. MHS collected 324 pints of blood during the Fall Red Cross blood drive, up from 83 pints in 2003. Montebello High School ranks 4th in all of Southern California.
got